Ooh, it's a good one. Okay. He's a second-year student who was raised on a goat farm in rural southern Ontario in a small town called Alliston. Please welcome Reid Nielsen.
Thank you so much. So I don't play any instruments, which is too bad. So this is the closest I'm ever going to get to feeling like, you know, a band or something. So if you guys feel like you just need to scream or like throw bras, that's fine. I don't know if you heard, but she said there's an applause-o-meter, so make sure you clap at the end for me. So I was walking down the street the other day, and I saw this sign. And it was this tiny little shop, and it said, mini coin laundry. And I thought, darn, all I brought were regular-sized coins. So, as they said, I'm a second-year student. Let's stop touching that. I go to Ryerson. I'm part of one of the greatest secret clubs of the world. It's called Radio and Television. You guys can cheer. My favorite thing about my program is how much we all love ourselves, because anytime ever that we can chant RTA, we will chant RTA and bark and stomp and yeah. So I'm taking a lot of philosophy courses because they're really easy. We're learning about this guy named Sigmund Freud. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but you should. Because, you know, he's a guy. For maybe the two of you that don't know who Sigmund Freud is, apparently he's this guy who wants to have sex with his mother. And I was like, that's okay, sure, we can think whatever you want. But you gotta kind of think, what would it be like being his mom after this information came out? Like, man, is that what all those arm tickles were about? Thanksgiving is going to be so awkward now. And hanging out with Dad? What, are you going to go fishing and talk about how hot Mom is? I don't want to do that. I'm also taking a history course right now, and history class to me is pretty much just reasons why you should feel bad about being white. It's like, well, class, see who we fucked over today. This never, ever ends. So yeah, there's a lot of white man guilt in that class. It's just a lot of you feeling bad about yourself. Something I think that we don't feel guilty enough for is how this whole like gay oppression thing is still happening. Because to me, the whole like homosexuality is very similar to racism, and it's still happening. It's still happening everywhere. And I think when I'm talking to my grandchildren in however many years ago that will be, years ago, years in the future, I can travel through time and stuff. But I'll be telling them about the days back when the money was still made of paper and the phone numbers were only 7 digits. And if the word gay slips out of my mouth, they're going to look at me like I would look at my grandfather when the N-word might slip out of his mouth. Because it's a completely different culture, it's a different scenario, and things are changing, right? So that's pretty good. One of my favorite things that the homosexual community did was they completely took the word pride. They're like, yeah, we like this. We'll take that. They took it under their hairless little wing and covered it in glitter and rainbows. And now you can't hear the word pride and not associate it with homosexuality. A big thing about that is the Pride Parade, which happens every year. And something that drives me crazy is when people say, they're like, well, where's my parade, huh? Where's the straight parade? Every parade is the straight parade. Have you been to a Christmas parade? Who's on the float with Santa? It's Mrs. Claus. It's not Hermie, the little blonde elf from Rudolph. Come on, we've all had our suspicions about Hermie for a while. I was in the LCBO a couple days ago, and I saw something very strange. It was this woman, and she had no hands or feet, or even, you know, opposable appendages. And I was like, man, that sucks. That is so rough. I would definitely be in the LCBO. I had no hands and feet. She didn't have shoes. They looked like little rubber stoppers that you would put like on the bottom of chair legs. Man. So, you know, it just really puts everything into perspective, because at the end of the day, at least you've got hands and you can eat your own food. Thank you, I'm Reid Nielsen.